Chosen one, you are not here by coincidence. This moment was written before time began. Heaven has aligned your spirit to hear this now, because the veil between you and your next divine elevation is lifting. You have felt the tremors in your soul, the stirring that tells you something sacred is about to unfold. This is not imagination, it is confirmation. You have survived what was meant to bury you, because the living God within you cannot die. You carry resurrection power, and it is awakening even as these words reach you. Anointed one, what's breaking over your life is not ordinary increase, it is a supernatural wealth transfer ordained by heaven itself. The same God who raised kings from ashes and multiplied loaves from emptiness is breathing on your destiny right now. Deuteronomy 8:18 declares that it is God who gives you the power to get wealth, and that power is stirring in you again. Chosen one, prepare your heart. This is your Kairos moment, your appointed time. The divine order has shifted in your favor. What once resisted you will now recognize you. The God who survived is rising in you, and the world is about to witness it. Chosen one, the world thought your light had gone out. They thought the storm that swallowed you was the end of your story. But heaven was never silent. It was strategizing. What felt like defeat was divine concealment. God hid you in plain sight, not because you were forgotten, but because you were being fortified. Every delay, every loss, every betrayal was heaven's way of shaping your capacity to carry what's about to come next. You weren't buried, you were planted. And now, the soil that once covered you is cracking open, because resurrection doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in obscurity. Anointed one, what's unfolding right now is more than vindication, it's revelation. Those who mocked your faith are about to witness your rise, not as a return, but as a rebirth. The same God who raised Joseph from prison to palace, who turned David from exile to king, is turning your hidden season into holy evidence. The very people who thought you were finished will have to admit you survived what should have destroyed you, but survival was never the goal, transformation was. You're not coming out the same. You're coming out crowned. Chosen one, I need you to grasp this. Heaven didn't just protect your life, it preserved your inheritance. You're stepping into what's called a supernatural transfer, a divine exchange of wealth, wisdom, and authority. This isn't just about money, it's about mandate. God is repositioning you to handle influence with integrity. The opportunities that used to slip away are now searching for you. Your name is being whispered in rooms you've never entered, because the season has shifted from hiding to unveiling. Every trial you endured was a seed. Every disappointment was an investment. And now the harvest begins, not by your striving, but by divine orchestration. You're about to see doors open without knocking, provision flow without begging, and favor surround you without asking. This is what happens when heaven decides it's time. The universe begins to align itself with your obedience. The people meant to bless you find you without effort. The ones meant to harm you lose access without explanation. Anointed one, understand this. Your rise is not random, it's prophetic. You were meant to outlast what others couldn't. You were designed to carry what others dropped. Every sleepless night, every prayer whispered through tears became the currency that purchased this moment. You are not walking into your blessing is walking into you. The energy that once fought against you now works for you. The systems that once ignored you will now serve you, because heaven has declared the God within you survived, and the evidence is about to be undeniable. Chosen one, Take a deep breath. This is your awakening moment. The light that's breaking through isn't just for show. It's a signal that your spiritual identity is now merging with your earthly purpose. You've entered the hour of fulfillment. Everything that was promised, prophesied, and protected is coming into view. Heaven is saying, "Rise. The waiting is over." Chosen one, every storm that broke you was secretly building you. The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. Heaven wasn't ignoring you, it was chiseling you into form, removing everything that couldn't carry divine power. The loneliness, the rejection, the quiet seasons where you questioned your worth, they were sacred classrooms. You had to be emptied to be entrusted. You had to lose what was counterfeit to make room for what was eternal. Survival was never the end goal. Sovereignty was. Anointed one, hear this in your spirit. This next move of God won't come through struggle, noise, or fear. It will come through peace. When heaven releases the transfer, it won't announce itself with chaos, but with clarity. Things will begin aligning quietly, naturally. The same spaces that rejected you will now open with ease. Those who once overlooked you will now seek your presence. That's what happens when the living God rises within. Everything around you must rise too. What's happening isn't random, it's divine arithmetic. Every subtraction was a setup for multiplication. God wasn't taking from you, He was creating capacity. You were being upgraded in secret. Isolation felt painful because expansion always begins underground. Seeds don't bloom in the light. They grow buried. You, chosen one, were heaven's hidden seed. I know the wait was long. You prayed and heard nothing, watched others advance while you stood still. But hear this, you were never behind. You were being synchronized with destiny. Heaven was aligning time with purpose. Now, everything delayed is accelerating. It won't take years, it will happen suddenly. Before you call, the answer will already be in motion. Anointed one, the transfer that's unfolding isn't only financial, it's spiritual, emotional, generational. Peace is being restored where there was confusion. Courage is replacing fear. You're stepping into rooms you weren't qualified for because grace has qualified you. You'll carry influence without losing humility and manage abundance without losing dependence. You're not chasing wealth, you're carrying wisdom. What you hold is holy. This isn't ambition, it's assignment. You weren't chosen to seek attention, but to shift atmospheres. You carry truth into places that thrive on deception. That's why warfare followed you. Your light threatens systems of darkness. Every attack you survived was proof that your purpose disrupts false power. The pressure you felt was the sign that something divine was being born through you. Chosen one, let this settle in your soul. The shaking wasn't punishment, it was promotion. God was clearing your path of counterfeits. The rejection was redirection. The closed doors were protection. Heaven had to hide you to prepare you. But now, the hidden one is being revealed. The season of pruning is giving way to the season of proof. When you move now, things will happen quickly.